You're tuned in to the Vintage House Show, home to the original stories of the history of house music as told by the legends, pioneers, and icons. Hosted by Kevin Mega McFall, Lori Branch, and Lauren Lowry.
Sometimes people say, talk about songs and blah, 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 and I always talk about that original version of Your Love and how that's just such a musical mystery and blah, 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 and Frankie was my mentor. He's my very, very good friend. My picture was on the wall, the power plant, the whole nine, and love him to pieces, all that good shit. But I, for all of these years, have been giving him credit for this act of genius when it belongs to you. And so it's my personal duty to put that somehow on people's radar so they can hear it and see the magic of it. And the only way that I can do that is if you give it to me. So please, for the 26th time now, try to find that tape. It's
it's
so
funny.
special.
I never thought that story would see the light of day, honestly.
Dude, that's the best story. I was just sending my girlfriend a text message saying, I just learned of one of the hugest historical snafus in the history of music right now. That the guy who made this is sitting in front of me instead of cremated somewhere that I've been saying for the last 30 years. That guy over there, he did the song, and it's so trippy, and it changes from 4/4 time, and then you don't know, and then it's back to 4/4, and everybody's like, okay. Really?
But it's funny because it was alluded to in a couple of those interviews on YouTube. When there was another like history of house music thing that was going around a few years back.
Oh, was it? That was probably me and Andre.
Really?
We were sitting outside of my house. These guys from London came over for a film called Pump Up the Volume.
That's it. That's the one.
And that was me and Andre.
And there was a couple of guys who were like, yeah, if you heard that original, and they're alluding to it.
I had sunglasses on. That was me.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And at that time, I said I had a copy, and I do, but it's in a power plant tape.
Yeah.
And I don't want it in a mix after he brought it in after Jamie. I want the original because I used to have the original, and a friend, and he's not a friend any longer. This guy carelessly lost my shit. A whole tape case with like 15 songs per tape that I had, just like I said, I didn't even raid Frankie's collection. Frankie just said, record anything you want, and I did. And I thought to myself, okay, this guy I should never be friends with again, but whatever. The bottom line is, Frankie's not dead. I can get this stuff again, and I never got a chance because he moved very shortly after that to London and New York, and then moved back 10 years later. But by that time, his career was so much in full force.
Yeah.
Saying, hey man, let's sit down and have some lunch was about the best I got. But say, hey, let me pour through your collection. You got to go locate? No way.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm just not around with enough free time to do that. You know, whenever I'm in town, I'm trying to do what I have to get done before I got to get on a plane and go somewhere else. And so I never had that opportunity. And I just figured, again, his career at some point will slow down, whatever, and then he passed. And so that was one of those crown gems that
Well, and it's something that's been alluded to, and like I said, it's just an alluded, that. It was never really said out loud. Jamie kind of alluded to it in a 5 magazine interview, but...
That you did that one?
Yeah,
okay.
Kind of.
Okay.
I mean, his explanation was, I went in the studio and then Jose introduced me to Frankie. And it's like,
right.
Like what? Wait,
right.
What happened to all the stuff in between?
Exactly. That's what I heard.
What happened to the year and a half of that version being played?
Exactly.
And then when the song really did come out, everyone's like, oh, okay.
No, the one that came out, it was watered down. It was watered down, and I always wondered, why didn't this one come out? Whatever, it is what it is. But I always have been kind of keeping hope alive that sooner or later that version would see the light of day because...
Charles, I've been waiting for your phone call for 15 years.
Yes.
I have, honestly.
Because
I've told my friends, like, one of these days someone's going to ask. Someone is going to ask.
The other songs are just so... They are 4/4 time. And don't get me wrong, it's not like everything else isn't. Everything is. But that's not the point. The point that something pushed the envelope and stepped out of that mold, didn't lose anything for it, and is that magic. It's.
I didn't know the rules.
And sometimes that's a good thing.
So I didn't know I was breaking them.
Right.
And that's kind of just how it happened.
You know what's funny? The first song that I came to with Frankie, which I never ended up recording, which I don't even know if it was that great of a song, looking back. I've written tons of songs since then. But it was also a non-4/4 time. It was like 4/4/2. And I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but and it was the same thing. He was like, "Hey, I'm going to be starting a record label soon. I want to sign this song." I was like, "Sounds good," and that didn't come to me.
Change has got those that really weird stutter. It's like do and then it goes back into the song.
Change is amazing
because I didn't know the rules, and it's a half a measure that it does that. So every 8 or 16.
But it's still it's a 4. But you're
it
right.
Is a 4.
But there's the other 4 in
right.
there.
It's just half.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of takes you back into the track.
I was just thinking as I was on my way over here, what I want to put behind that, because I
Yeah.
told you I want to lay stuff over that track because it's so much. That's such a great song.
Craig Loftus did a really amazing mix to it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it hasn't been released.
When did he do it? Recently?
A year ago.
Fucker.
Yeah, and it's called.
He knows I love that song.
It's Change. Craig Loftus versus Louie Gomez.
Okay, I gotta hear that because I love Craig's work and he knows I love that
I
song.
love Craig's work. Oh my God, his
Craig-
ear is amazing.
Yeah, he's a very, very talented guy.
Oh my God! But what he did to it was just outstanding. I could never have perceived that, but it's definitely it has his mark on it.
Nice.
But yet it's the original song. It's great.
I tell you, he's one of those producers that, and you too now that I know you're more of a body of your work of yours, but there's a few people that when things really start to get good, I just want to gather them up and have a production company that is just like this crazy incubator of talent, because there has been that before in Chicago and people have done very well from it. Grammy nominations seem to start coming in when you get a really talented group.
You also have to get a group of people that are have a healthy self-esteem.
Yeah.
Because they will not be jealous of other people.
Exactly.
The people that are insecure are the ones that are they start pointing things out,
Right.
and it's because they're insecure.
No, I want people that can vibe off of other people's. If this, I've heard 100 stories of if my project wasn't working, I could go down the hall, work on somebody else's, and then come back to mine with fresh ears and all that kind of stuff. And so I think that that's very, very possible.
Which is what I like about working with these guys at Deep Pipe Sounds.
Okay.
Because we just have that. I mean, we'll send each other clips and give feedback, and no one has an ego.
Have you heard of Darren Brandon? You know who he is?
Darren Brandon, no.
Okay. Remember that Natalie Cole? This is probably about 6, 7, 8 years ago now. The Natalie Cole song was a remake of the Michael Franks song. Tell me all about it.
Okay.
Remember
Love Michael Franks.
Okay. Remember the remade version of it that came out?
No. I don't remember it.
It was
I'd
a
have to
big,
hear it though.
Yeah, it was a big song.
But I'd know it's her voice because her voice is unmistakable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He did that version he didn't do that version for her. He just somehow got an acapella of her doing it and did it, and it's such a warm song. I mean, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing it played 3 times because it was just such a good song. And even people who weren't the traditional house music folks just kind of were like, that's nice, and really all got on board. So I'll make sure that it's on your radar, but he's a guy to keep an eye on. Yeah, Darren is a bad boy. He's one of those guys that him, Craig, and a few others, really, really super talented folks. Now, you work out of studios, and do you know how to engineer?
I do have experience in it because I worked at several production studios.
Okay.
I would consider myself an engineer, yes.
You are listening to Vintage House on WNUR with DJ Lori Branch, Kevin Mega McFall, and Lauren Laurie.
Everybody used to call
And the
Frankie.
guy that was the engineer, his last name was Soto.
Not Benny.
No,
He's a New York dude.
no. And this guy passed away a couple of years ago. The guy the Evanston,
The engineer?
the Evanston engineer.
Okay.
His name was Soto, and I think that Soto Sound Studios or Soto Studios.
I
think.
wonder if anybody would have if there's still stuff in his whatever at
But
the
see,
studio.
Jamie would have had it taken because he would own it. He paid for that.
Yeah,
He
you'd
would
figure.
own it. But it was crazy.
Can you set up a interview with Jamie? Because I tried to call him. I saw him at the thing. I sent him a text the other day.
Oh my God, I tried to walk around to you guys. It was insane. Once Craig started playing, nobody would budge.
Yeah.
No, I got up there, said hello to Craig, we took some photographs, and then he got on right away, and all of a sudden, like, the crowd squeezed in. Because he's like, oh, Jamie's on the other side. I'm like, oh, simple enough. We'd have to walk all the way down Michigan Avenue and come back this way. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Shit.
I want to hear Craig.
Right. When I sent you a text, are you
was
here?
amazing.
That was when I was standing.
He was amazing. Craig was amazing. He got them out there and like worked that crowd. And to me, I was so happy for him because he's one of the more underrated DJs that we have. He is a master.
Yeah.
He's a master on those decks.
Craig and Michael. Well, that's why they were playing. That's why they opened for Frankie at the Power Plant.
Yeah. Just freaking amazing.
Yeah.
There was some edits that I did that Frankie would play. Like I would
ones?
do like Frankie and I think Ron Hardy played.
Tell you one I'm really looking hard for is Law and Order.
Oh, okay. I don't know who did that.
I'm pretty sure him and Erasmo did that.
DC LaRue is the name of the artist, and
I know that name, and I'm trying to think of what song they did.
Cathedrals by DC LaRue. I did a re-edit of that.
Okay.
And I think Frankie may have given it to Ron.
Okay.
Because Ron, just like I had never met him, and I was coming out of Imports, etc. He was coming down the street. He's like, "Hey, are you Jose?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "I love your edit." He's like, "I'm playing the shit out of it." Like,
where was he playing at the time?
he was playing at the Music Box.
Okay.
But I think it was the one on Whacker Drive. Cause
326, okay.
Right, I went there once, and I wasn't really crazy about the space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just, but when it was on, which one came first, by the way?
16th.
16th, okay.
You know what the one on Lower Whacker used to be is the R2 Underground.
Okay.
Yeah, it just, I mean, once the space has been one thing, then it was easy to just, morph to something else.
Right. But, I mean, all in all, this whole experience for me has been, one, a learning experience.
Sure.
Me sitting up there in the booth at the power plant, just studying what Frankie's doing.
Exactly.
And also...
That's how I learned to DJ.
Also waiting for him to play my stuff. Waiting for him to play my music.
Right.
I'd sit up there for hours, and I wouldn't ask him, because, it's kind of... It's bad taste, whatever. And, I mean, hanging out with all the other guys, Erasmo, Steve Hurley, Chip E., Jamie, and just, being part of that group there.
So if you were there when because I was by that time I had met Frankie, so it was like late 84, 80, or early 85. But Chip and Steve weren't coming down there until then.
Okay.
And so if they were coming down there then you were down there, which means I was down there, which is weird.
You look familiar.
Missing people and meeting years later and having been in the same place at the same time is just always weird to me.
Well, to me, it kind of, it let me know that, okay, well, these are people that I are considered friends, and they're making this kind of music, and I could do it too. I wasn't very good back then. I really just was not good. That changed.
As a DJ?
No, I was a good DJ. I wasn't good as a producer.
Okay, right.
The missing element for me was music theory. I didn't have...
Had you taken any?
Nope, not yet.
So
and when
you're a musician now.
Yes, I am.
What do you play?
But I play keyboards. But the thing is that my stuff, I had put stuff out. A few years later, during the golden era of house music, I put stuff out.
What do you consider the golden era, if you had to put years on it?
The golden era of house music, the 90s.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with whose music?
People like
Louie?
Masters at Work.
Yeah.
Because it was just it was a recreation of the big, beautiful disco music of back then. It was fantastic. Yeah. But see, here's the thing. I got turned off by what they were calling house music in the late 80s because it was just bum, 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 bum. Yeah. And after...
The late 80s, it got popular, and then it took a nosedive. And hip house?
Once it got saturated like that, I was like, holy crap, this is garbage.
Yeah.
Because I come from the era of disco when songs had arrangements.
Yes.
And when I started releasing a few tracks in the 90s, they were met with really terrible reviews. So I knew that I had to buckle down and do something. I studied music theory for 8 years, and I knew once I had the opportunity again to do it, that I'm going to come out swinging.
Right.
And I did. So I'm working. Actually, I'm a partner at a record label now, Deep Pipe Sounds.
Okay.
And
who's doing your contracts?
Yeah.
I said who is?
Well, right now the owner is.
Is he a lawyer?
No, he's not.
Oh.
We could use help in that area.
Absolutely. Let's talk.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about that. I want to talk to you about publishing too.
Sure.
But so we put out a lot of stuff. We have a really good response. to our music, and the thing is, like, now I know what I'm doing. Now I know what chord progressions are,
Sure,
I know what
right.
songwriting is, I know what lyric writing is, and I do all of that stuff now. So it's taken my music from, from not being accepted very well to being, very well accepted.
Right,
Music, like, lots of DJs play my stuff, so.
Okay. I'm looking forward to getting it.
Well,
so.
I will send you a zip file with,
Yes.
with what I have.
Yes.
I did a cover of It's a Cold World.
Really?
Yep.
I like that song a lot.
Yeah, I did a cover of it. It's haunting, and I had to do something with it. I wanted to pay homage to Jamie.
Sure.
And it was released this past February. Let's see what you think.
Okay.
You know the original.
Yeah.
I took it in a slightly different direction.
Okay.
Because the original is very minimal.
Yeah,
Extremely
yeah.
minimal. So I filled it out a lot.
Okay.
And kind of jazzy, underground kind of thing.
Okay.
With a nod to the house music of the 90s from that era.
Okay.
Because that's, honestly, is my favorite era.
I mean,
kind of
a
garage
lot-
sounding, kind of garage.
Yeah,
like
a lot
that.
of good stuff came out then, and yeah, I mean, especially early '90s.
Yeah.
A lot of DJs really, I mean, producers, since they had to come out strong
Yeah.
to make a name, they did. you
And
know?
also, too, that was the era of sampling all the disco albums.
A lot of
So
times.
everything's already been sampled, pretty much.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, I mean, and to me, a lot of the truly sampled stuff that didn't go anywhere,
Yeah.
they made me listen to the same thing for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I was completely pissed off. But if they took a sample and worked it so that it was always doing something different, then I was like, now I see what it can be to make something pretty.
I agree with that. I think that you have to make it unique and not just a
Exactly.
loop, because you haven't
Right.
done anything if you're just looping it
Yep, yep.
and putting a harder kick drum under it. You haven't done anything.
And you shouldn't want to get any credit, and people shouldn't accept that
Yeah, and-
as what makes you dance.
Yeah.
They should hold out for more.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they should boycott dance floors, but make these fucking producers work harder and
Yeah.
make the DJs look for records harder,
Well,
and everybody benefits.
I think nowadays as a DJ, to really set yourself apart, you really have to produce as well.
you do,
you really do,
and that's
because-
unfortunate, but it is. It just it's kind of the cost of doing business
Yeah.
in this field.
I mean, I love DJing, but my first love is producing.
Yeah.
I'm most happy in the studio creating stuff.
Well, I'll tell you, the upside with having the ability to DJ and having done that first is a lot of times, most times these days, if you are a great producer, you'll start getting calls. Hey, can you come and play at this place or play it? And you're like, play? I sit in a chair and I have my studio. And they're like, you don't know how to do anything else? You don't know how to DJ? And so that's why a lot of the producers now are learning to DJ because they're sick of getting calls and saying, no, that $3,000 you want to give me? No, never mind. No, never mind.
Well, the thing I like to do, which is really special for my DJ sets, is whenever I play, I don't care if it's a crowd of 50 or if it's at a bigger venue, I will make 2 or 3 brand new tracks just for that night.
That's cool.
Because I want to play something that's unique,
Exactly.
and I also want to imprint my style in what I'm doing.
Definitely. Or play a version of some of your stuff that's come out that's unreleased.
That's the other thing I love to do.
Yeah, because
I love
then
to do
if
that.
they like that already, they hopefully will like
Yeah.
this and start hunting for it, and then you'll have a reason to bring it out, and there
I mean,
will already be a taste for it.
I already understand that, being, especially in the house music scene, I'm not in this for money. I'm doing this because it's in my blood.
Yeah.
It's
And
something
that's
that-
the way it should be.
It
Be a
shaped,
fan first.
It shaped my life.
Yeah.
It's part of me. It's since I was very young, I can't shake it. It's
Right,
just
right,
it's
right.
in me, and I need to create, and I need to constantly keep. I'm happiest when I'm working on music,
Yeah, me too.
and so.
It's worthwhile.
If I
That's a-
think I'm going to make $1 million, no, I don't, and that's not the end result that I'm looking for.
Sure.
I like to share my music with friends,
Okay.
and if it gets played, that's great. If I get some notoriety from it, that's great too. But ultimately, I'm doing this because it's in me, and I need to get it out.
Sure. Right.
That's the
right.
reason I'm doing it.
So how long since you learned music theory have you been doing music properly?
I'm going to say 5 years.
Okay. Okay.
So
That's a good amount of time
I have a pretty big catalog now.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool.
The
And
stuff
all this is on the flash drive, or the zip file?
my best is on there.
Okay.
I have stuff on SoundCloud, Louie_Gomez.
Okay.
But that's just
Louis?
Louie.
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 Okay.
And the stuff you hear there's samples. It's not full tracks. Although there might be one or two. There's some disco re-edits that I've done on there too.
Like what? What song
For example,
to you worth re-editing?
Love Thing by First Choice.
Sure.
Except I renamed it called You Treat Me Right because I only used that vocal loop because nobody used it. Nobody used it. And so I did it and reworked the song. And El Coco, Let's Get It Together. One of my favorite tracks.
Let's get it together. Yeah.
I sped it up to like 125 beats per minute.
Oh, nice.
And then I did...
El Coco had a good song called Love Vaccine that I always... Yeah.
God, I haven't heard that. I have to check that out. I love that production team, Lauren Rinder and Michael Lewis. They're amazing guys. They went under a bunch of different names.
Yeah, like Love Vaccine.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I did a re-edit of a B-side of a Donna Summer track.
Oh, which one?
Autumn Changes. Okay, except I renamed it.
Was that on the Spring Affair album?
Yes, it was. Yeah, except I re-edited it and I named it Too Many Nights.
Okay.
I used the reggae part in it towards the very end, and it's like it catches everyone by surprise. But pretty much everywhere I go, whenever I walk into the club, they'll start playing that song.
Which one?
My re-edit of the Donna Summer track.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're like, okay, Louis here, let's play this.
Huh.
It's funny. I love
Very
that.
Cool.
There's a couple of tracks I have like that where they're like, the DJ will know me and they're like, oh, I'm gonna play this song.
Now, where do you go out to now? What do you like? What's a good club to you?
Man, God.
In Chicago
Primary
or
is
elsewhere?
awesome.
Primary's
Primary.
cool.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think
sound
of their
system.
sound?
I like their sound system.
Okay.
The sound system I really love is Smart Bar. They have a great sound
Do
system.
you?
Yeah, I do.
I do not.
Really?
Because their highs are never that crisp. The bass is okay, but it's not pumping.
You know what I like about it is that it's tight. The sound sounds tight to me. And you can still have a conversation when you're outside of the floor.
Yeah.
I like
There
that.
are some systems that are like that you can be standing damn near right behind the bass cabinet and be fine, when normally bass is omnidirectional. It doesn't. I don't know how they do that, but...
I'm not crazy about the people they book there all the time.
What, Smart Bar?
Yeah, they're
Yes,
not.
it's hodgepodge.
They're not necessarily DJs or like these producers you're talking about. I saw these guys there recently who were horrible, but they have a top 50 song on Beatport, so they were hired.
Exactly.
I'm like, wow, they're bad. They're not really good DJs. The guys that opened up for them were so much better. I wish they played longer.
Well, I mean, and now for the club event producers, at least if they do hire some jackass who just happens to be the flavor of the month.
Yeah.
Hopefully the other opening DJs are high quality, so at least you got somebody who's good on the bill.
The opening DJs were amazing.
Yeah.
They're like the house DJs though, that are there every weekend, the residents, and they were amazing. And you could tell the sound quality was so much better. These guys got up there with their laptop and had Ableton open on their laptop and played their tracks off laptop, which means a lot of this stuff isn't compressed or mastered. It's not mastered the way the CDs were.
Sure.
So the quality went down. And what they did was they boosted the volume, so everything started peaking out, and it was like.
Yeah.
It pissed me off, and I left. I'm like, I can't stand this.
Now, one thing that you know who Lego is?
Yeah.
One thing Lego used to do at Red Dog is when he was working on a song, he's however long it took him, a week, let's just say, to really get all the, and he would sometimes even longer, like, oh well, I hear this coming in, and just a whole different way of structuring it. He would come in, play off of his laptop, and somehow he found a way to pitch, but he would do it from the session. So he's like bringing in something on Logic, and he can mute a track, and so he can like he's live doing it on a mixing board, except he's doing it on his laptop while people are listening.
Wait, that couldn't have been at Red Dog.
Yeah, I'm positive because it was La Trumpette, the happy Allegra, Trompetta Allegra, the happy trumpet.
Okay.
And he gave me a promo copy. He gave it to me on like I recorded it on a cassette, and I remember thinking, the world is never going to hear this exact mix because this was while he was in the process
Right,
of it.
he was muting it.
Yeah.
Because that's what these guys were doing, but they were using Ableton Live to do it,
okay.
and they were using the session view to do it.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, they were, and it didn't sound the same to me. The volume.
Well, I was listening to this in Red Dog's DJ booth,
Okay.
so I don't know exactly how it sounded down on the floor. And there was always a schism between those two systems
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, there's a big difference. I mean, they used to have a great sound system. Now, the Red Dog, the original Red Dog, is that what you're talking about?
On North Avenue.
North Avenue,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, their system was okay. It always sounded kind of hollow because they cut away that second floor.
Yeah.
But when they opened Green Dolphin, it was all right at first. But once they really got sound in there, I forget the guy's name, but when he, whatever is it, Carl, something like that, when he's not pissy, and you say, crack the whip, come on, give us really good sound, and he says, all right, fine, and does it, they deliver.
Yeah.
Like your eyelashes are vibrating.
Yeah.
You know,
The last time I heard the system, and they're really good, was when Frankie was there. That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it was thunderous.
Exactly.
Thunderous.
So they're capable of that.
Yeah.
They just
I was
don't
there a
very
couple
often.
weeks ago for David Harness.
I missed that.
Oh,
Missed that.
he was so freaking good.
Yeah,
And
I saw
he's-
him play with Frankie before,
Yeah.
and it was okay. He was really good, but didn't like, oh my god, like his mixes floor me, and so I was hoping for that level. Speaking of which, tomorrow night, just FYI, there's I'll edit this part out. There's an after hours going on at my place. Starts at 2, over at like 8.
Okay.
Will not be the amazing sound. I'm just making it so that it's okay, and it's not my party.
I'm
reason I
not
thought
going to
about
make
it-
it.
okay.
One reason is tomorrow morning is Andre Harris's
Yeah.
services, so we're going to go to that.
I'm going to that too.
Yeah.
No, this isn't tonight. This is tomorrow.
Oh,
night.
Saturday night.
Saturday
Oh,
night.
okay. I thought you meant okay.
In fact, you know who Joey is?
Yeah.
It's his party.
Okay, cool.
He does the promotion. I produce because if it's at my house.
Okay.
And we have a party. Starts at 2, over at 8.
Nice.
And Andre was a really good friend of mine, and they DJ together for years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to that tomorrow. Yeah, for sure. And
Shocked the heck out of me, man.
yeah, do you know what happened?
Nope. Have no idea.
I got the feeling from some people's Facebook posts that he may have killed himself, which would be even more horrific because.
And I think that would be the conclusion that a lot of people are coming to because his family isn't opening up about it.
Yeah.
So
I
don't know. It's all speculation.
yeah, at this
It really
point.
is.
I mean, but he seemed to have everything to live for. He seemed to be DJing enough. I didn't see him playing around Chicago a lot, but I thought he was just doing work out of town.
He had the regular Thursday night thing at Crocodile.
He had that.
He had that.
Plus, I just assumed that he had been doing fairly regular production. He was a talented guy.
Yeah.
He's in great shape, you know.
And
I was
always,
like,
like-
I always saw him with some fine chick. I was like, dude.
Positive energy.
Exactly.
He was like
Smile on his face,
yeah.
nice guy,
Yeah.
gentle spirit
Yep.
type. You know, just a
So
good
that's why
person.
it's so shocking because
Exactly.
he wasn't a dark person.
Right.
you know?
He didn't seem like that
Yeah.
type. And so, yeah, I don't fucking know. I
Yeah.
don't know how to wrap my head around it.
Yeah, it was devastating because it's like, wait a minute, this cannot be true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, we're gonna go to that tomorrow.
No, yeah, me too. Yeah, so I'll see you there.
Thanks for listening to the Vintage House Show podcast. Please subscribe and share, and check us out live, WNUR 89.3 FM, Wednesdays at 10 o'clock.